And as you focus on the out breath, you might notice the breath beginning to slow. So noticing the breath as it comes all the way in and all the way back out. Having awareness now of the rate of your breathing. So noticing how fast or slow the breath is. Whether there's an evenness to the breath. Not trying to control the breath in any way. Simply having awareness now of the breath that comes and goes. So, as you're arriving, coming into a comfortable lying down position. And if you're already lying down, bringing your attention to your body now and allowing the attention to travel from the heels to the top of the head as you breathe in, and from the top of the head back to the tips of the toes with the out breath. So breathing in as the attention travels all the way up from the heels to the top of the head. And allowing the out breath to draw the attention from the top of the head back down to the tips of the toes. Breathing in all the way up the body. And breathing out all the way back down. And now, bringing the attention to the pelvic floor, to the muscles of the anus, the vagina, the urethra. Lending your attention there. And beginning to tighten up those muscles, tighten up, tighten and lift up those muscles, and really, really tight. Don't do this if you're in a winter. And then release them. Really release them. Feel them completely letting go. And know that this can be an area where we unintentionally hold. So at any point in the day, you might want to lend your attention there and notice, am I slightly holding on in this area? Could I really let go? And now, bringing the attention to the belly. And so long as you haven't just had your breakfast, or once again, so long as you're not in your own winter, if you've got a nice empty belly, draw it all the way back to your spine, drawing the belly all the way back to the spine, drawing it back there, tightening up. And then let it go, maybe let it sigh. Let it completely release out. Feel a softness and ease in the belly. Breathing here. And now, bring your attention to your mouth, your jaw. Maybe clamp your teeth together really tight. Some tightness in the jaw. Squeeze your lips together maybe. And then release the jaw. And it's like you yawn or do a big open mouth chew. Maybe release it out that way, just let it go. I've done that. It's made me yawn. So allow yourself to yawn. A yawn is a release of tension. And then allow yourself a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. And again, a deep breath in and sigh it out. And a deep breath in and sigh it out. And then bring your knees into your tummy. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Roll over onto one side and then come up to sitting. I'm recording it for you. I'm just going to pause the recording. Resume the recording. There you go. Okay. Lovely. I've got you all back. I'm going to see if I can mute you all. Mute all. There we go. Okay, I'm on a little screen now rather than a big one. So let's lie back down and bring our knees into our tummy. So lie back down, knees into tummy, and have a little rock from side to side. Place your hands on the caps of your knees as you rock. Allowing the lower back to feel lovely. And then come into the middle and give yourself a really nice hug. It doesn't matter if that hug is hugging the thighs in or hugging at the shins. Whatever feels most comfortable for your knees. And in that hug, see if you can feel the breath. Can you feel the breath going into the thighs as you breathe in? And come away from your thighs as you breathe out. So allowing the breath to come all the way in. I can really see that the sun's coming right into the studio this morning. And hugging all the way in on the breath out. And then place the hands on the caps of the knees. As you breathe in, let the knees come away. And as you breathe out, hug the knees all the way in. So let the knees come away as you breathe in. And bring the knees all the way in as you breathe out. So releasing with the in-breath, hugging in with the out-breath. That's it, in and out. We need to go fast because we're going with the movement of the breath. Hugging all the way in as we breathe out. Allowing the knees to come away as we breathe in. So there's lots of space for that in-breath to come. And see if you can exaggerate the breath. So when the knees come away, you can really feel the belly ballooning. And as you breathe out, you can feel the belly drawing back towards the spine. Going forward and backwards in that way. That's it. Let's see whether this works. Have a bit of time. No. So just carrying on in that way. Going in and out with the knees. And then place the feet back on the floor. Not too close to your bottom, so if you can kind of like feel the thigh and the back of the calf touch, just see if you can give yourself a little bit of room. Maybe the hands on the bones of the hips. So you can really feel that distance between the hips, and that's how far you want your legs to be. Heels not too close to your bottom. Arms all the way out to the side if you've got the room in your room. Otherwise, your hands can be into the ears, they can be up in a goddess position. And then start to windscreen wipe your knees from side to side. And if it works for you to have the head going in the opposite direction of the knees, then allow that to happen too. So letting the hips move, let the knees go from side to side. And hopefully that feels really nice in the back. So releasing the knees to the left, releasing the knees to the right. And let the knees go all the way over to the left-hand side, let the head look to the right, resting there for a moment. And then coming back to the middle line. And going over to the other side, letting the head look in the opposite direction too. And then coming back to the middle, bringing the feet together. And starting to windscreen wiping that way. So notice how your back feels this morning. I did this yesterday, so my back's feeling better than it was. And it can help me, so if you did this yesterday with me, it's nice to do it again. You might feel the benefits even more. So, allowing the knees to go down to one side, back to the middle, down to the other side. That's it. And then bring your knees into your tummy again. And it's almost like your arms are a stabilizer. So the arms are keeping the shoulders down as you're rocking gently from side to side. And you're testing how far down you can go to the left without your right shoulder coming off the floor. How far you can go to the right without your left shoulder coming off the floor. So the fact that your arms are all the way out to the side should help keep you there, stop you from rolling over. So noticing how far to the right can I go before my left shoulder wants to lift off. Gently coming back to the middle. I do this slowly. So it gives your body a chance to notice, okay, I can get to here before my shoulder wants to come off the floor. And then continue in that way, but see if bringing your knees a little bit away from your body allows them to come a little bit further down without the shoulder coming off the floor. So just playing with that. And what happens as you bring the knees away is you give yourself a little bit of a massage around the hip area. So drawing the knees in, going over to one side, and then drawing the knees back in. Lovely. I can see lots of knees moving around. Good stuff. That's it. So when you come back in, so you've been on one side, as you draw the knees back into the middle, see if you can use your tummy muscles to help you come back to the middle. So you go down to the left side, and then you're drawing the tummy muscles back in to come back to the middle line again. Going over to the other side, seeing how low you can go. Maybe bringing the knees all the way to the floor, even if they're miles away from your body. And then drawing them back in and coming back to the middle line. No one said they were in winter, so this is fine to do for everybody. So seeing whether you can bring the knees away and come down towards the floor, and then you use your tummy muscles to bring you back to the middle. Down to one side and down to the other. Good, really, really good. And then come back to the middle line and give yourself a hug. Release the head to the left and to the right. Hugging right in. If this doesn't feel okay to your neck, don't do it. But if it does feel okay, give yourself a really strong hug so that your arms are really supporting you. And as you hug into your shins, lift your head up in between your knees. And then release back down. Your knees are together, but there'll be that little space between them. And that's where you're lifting your head up to. So you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're hugging in, coming all the way in. And then releasing all the way back down. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, hugging all the way in. And then release all the way back down again. And place your feet back on the floor. Have your hands over your belly. And I'm just going to wiggle up so you can see me a bit better. You want to have your feet together and your knees together. And you're going to open your arms out to the side and open your knees out to the side. So the left knee is going to the left side and the right knee is going to the right side. And you're going to have a little rock here from side to side. And you're going to notice whether the small of your back has lifted off the floor and see whether you can play around with bringing the back into the floor, having a rock from side to side, and that should really get into your groin area. So you're kind of rolling maybe forward and backwards, rocking from side to side, kind of enjoying that opening up of the hip area. Lovely. So the knees are apart from each other. Yeah, really nice. I can see a few knees apart from each other. Wavering in the air. That's it. Feet together. Just feeling a really nice releasing out in the inside of the thigh. And then bring the knees back together, the feet flat on the floor. And maybe just have a little rock forward and backwards. That rocking forward and backwards that causes the chin to nod up and down. Good, that's really nice to do that. And a little rock forward and backwards. Good, and then once again, we're bringing the feet together, the bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side, and having a little rock from side to side, opening up the hips. So it's like we're doing lying down cobbler pose or lying down butterfly. Opening up. And you might notice a big arch happen in your back. If it does, then you can play with flattening the back into the floor and releasing, which will cause the wings of your butterfly to come up and down. So just releasing into the hips in this way. And then bring the knees back together again. And bring the knees all the way into the tummy. Give yourself another hug. Have a little rock from side to side. Bring the feet back to the floor. Good. And cross the right leg over the left with the knee out to the side. We go this way. That's it. So you kind of created a big triangle. That's it. A really big, wide knee opener. Good. Keep so your left leg's over your right thigh, your left heel's over your right thigh. Keep the right foot on the floor and rock to the left, back to the middle, and rock to the right. And then back to the middle. That's it, Emma. Good. Rock to the left, back to the middle, rock to the right, back to the middle. See if you can keep the shoulders down. And imagine, it doesn't matter if they are, imagine your toes going to the floor on one side and your knees going to the floor on the other. Now the sun's gone behind a cloud, you might be able to see me better. That's it. Rocking knee down to one side, good. And then the toe goes to the other side. Now that might be enough for you, but if it feels okay, take that bottom foot off the floor and have a little play. That's it. So take that bottom foot off the floor if it feels okay. Keep the cross. Yeah, take socks off if you're getting warm. And you're carrying on, but this time when you see my foot off the floor. But keep the foot on the floor if you need to. If your back is going, listen to that back saying, But if it feels okay to, take that foot off the floor and have a real wiggle around it. Opening up to one side and going over to the other side. Really releasing out that hip area. Good stuff. And then come back to the middle line. Uncross the legs, cross them the other way with a knee out wide. That's it. Really nice and wide. And start by rocking from side to side. So noticing how the back feels. Imagining, or it might be happening in reality, the toes coming to the floor on one side and that the knees going to the floor on the other side. But if it doesn't, it completely doesn't matter. The important thing is the back feels good and that your body's enjoying the twisting. That's it. Just releasing out here. And then if it feels good to take that bottom foot off the floor, just gives you more of a stretch in the outside of the bottom, and do the same. So you might probably be having a little bit more of a wiggle around with the foot off the floor. Otherwise, keep the foot on the floor. If it doesn't feel okay to take the bottom foot off the floor, then keep it down, and you can play around with rolling to one side and rolling to the other side. Just opening up the hips this morning. And then come back to the middle line and uncross the legs, bring the knees into the tummy, have a little rock from side to side. Place the left foot on the floor, stretch the right leg up into the sky. I'm going to move so that we're this way up now, so that you can hopefully see me with my leg up to the sky. That's it, good. And then circle that ankle. So can you see I'm holding low down on my thigh, and you can circle that ankle. So circling the ankle one way, and circling back the other way. I kind of lost my head, but you can see my leg. That's it. Good, lovely, nice big circles. And feel the left foot pressing into the floor as you hug the right thigh in, right shin in, and stretch that leg up towards the sky. So use your hands to help you get a stretch. Drawing up to the sky, coming down. Stretching through. Good. That's it. Just continuing in that way, lengthening through. Coming back in. And then bring that foot to the floor. Bring the other leg in. Good stuff. Stretching up to the sky, stretching the heel away, and bringing the knee in. Good, stretching that heel away, stretching the heel up towards the sky. Good, bringing that knee into the chest. Stretching the heel away. Good, all the way up to the sky, toes down towards nose. And coming all the way in. Good, just continuing in that way. And then stretch that leg up and circle the ankle. That's it. All the way one way. And then all the way back. The other way. Stretch the heel into the sky. And then bring that foot back towards the floor. Roll the head to the right. Take the right hand to the left side of the neck and massage all the way down. Allow the head to come back to the middle line. And the other way. Massaging the other side of the neck. Roll all the way over to one side and come up to all fours. Okay. Apologies if I'm a bit bright, but hopefully you can still see me. When the sun comes out, it's really shining strongly on the phone. And let your belly go. So you're on all fours and your belly is completely released. So on all fours, letting go on the belly. Letting go on the belly, good stuff. And then have a little bend in the elbows and straighten, just a little bend and straight. Good, that's it. And then allow a little bit of softness to remain in the elbows. And allow the head to circle around. Good. And have a wiggle in the body. So start wiggling around. Wiggle the bottom. So
You draw really big circles with the bottom. Or you can wiggle your shoulders, let them move forward and backwards. Have a real movement, lift the belly up and bring it down. And you can walk the hands round in one direction, back to the middle, all the way down, round in the other direction. So you get a nice twist at the waist. Having a real wiggle and a move around. Getting warm in here. Felt like a proper spring day. Wiggling and moving around. And then sitting back towards your heels. It doesn't matter if you don't get there at all, don't worry about that. And then coming back. Going back towards the heels. It really doesn't matter how far you get. And coming back. Good, all the way back, doesn't matter how far. And coming back, just getting that stretch forward and back. And then coming back to the old fourth position. And you're going to bring your attention to your belly, to right where your navel is, your belly button. You're going to breathe in and let your belly go down towards the floor, your bottom go up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, you're lifting your belly, your navel all the way up towards the sky, the head drop, put weight into your feet and your hands. Let the belly flop. You can let the shoulders hunch right up to the ears if you do that. Bottom in the air. And then rounding the back, lifting through. Continuing in that way. Bottom in the air, hunching the shoulders up towards the ears. And grounding. And you can continue to breathe, so you might get to this rounding position. And want to stay there, get more of a stretch into the back. Or you might come to this position and want to really let your belly have a flop. Just let the belly go. So using that lovely movement of the spine to feel good in the body. And then come to the middle line. Fallen over. Come back to the middle line. And then we're going to do that snaky movement. So that drawing the belly back, sitting back towards the heels, bending the elbows, nose along the floor, coming up and I'll press up. Rounding the back, sitting down towards the heels, coming through and lifting up. So continuing in that way. Rounding the back, sitting down, scooping through. The backs of the feet. So as you come through, keep that weight into the backs of the feet so that they don't come off the floor at any time. Good, lovely. Just keeping that movement going. And then allow yourself to come into some kind of pose of the child, which might be like this, with the forehead on the floor and the bottom nowhere near the heels. Or if it feels good for you to be all the way back, then be all the way back. But different bodies do different things. So be in whatever forward bend works for you. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. And we're going to stretch the left leg back. So the left toes are turning under. And we're going to get a nice stretch into that back calf. So the left foot back. And you're rolling onto the toes. And then stretching the heel back. Rolling forward and backwards. Lovely. Good stuff, guys. rolling forward and backwards. Coming onto the toes, coming back into the heels. That's it. I'm going to start getting used to seeing myself when I practice. Normally I can just see you guys. That's it. Rolling forward and backwards, and then come back, and then take the other leg back, and we're rolling forward and backwards into that calf. If you're feeling it in your elbows, just bring the elbows down. You can come down in this way and have the elbows on the floor if it feels too much. So rolling onto your toes, back into the heels, rolling forward and backwards. Good, lovely. And then come back onto all fours. Now you're going to be keeping the back, so if you tap out, so you can feel the backs of your feet tapping into the floor, that's the way up you want your feet to remain. There's going to be a lot of work happening here in the belly, but it's a really subtle movement. You're going to slide the left leg back, keeping the belly in, and then slide it forward again. And what you want to try and make sure is that you don't wibble over to this side, because I can slide off. That's really easy, and I'm not doing any work on my belly if I'm slid over to this side. But if I'm in the middle, my goodness, I can feel it here. So it's a super slow slide away. See if you can feel it, and see if you can feel it in your bottom as well. Slow slide away. Engaging those muscles. I can see myself rolling over onto one side when I do this. So see if you can stay in the middle. It's a lot of work. And then the other side. Sliding away. See if you can stay in the middle without going over to one side. It's really easy to do like that and stay on one side. You want to see if you can stay in the middle. Use your buttocks and your tummy as you draw back. Sliding back. Good, and maybe one more time, sliding back. Good, okay, you might be feeling this in your wrists now. So now might be a good time to come into a kneeling up position and circle your wrists. And just have a little play around with releasing out the wrists. We'll be circling them one way, circling them back the other way. If it feels okay to shake them out, then do. You might need to shake them out slowly. But just releasing out the wrists, circling around, circling the other way. Lace the fingers, stretch them up above the head. Have a little stretch over to one side, back to the middle. A little stretch over to the other side, back to the middle. Bring the arms out and round, roll the shoulders. That's it. Good, lovely. And then place the hands back on the floor in front of you. So some people will be doing this movement, sitting back towards the heels, using the hands to support you, and coming back up in this way. So drawing back, feeling the belly coming back, and coming up. If you can, it feels okay to, you're going to come into a kneeling position. I know this doesn't work for some people, which is why I'm offered the alternative. You're going to come up to kneeling up and see how upright you can remain if you come all the way back down. Good, lovely. So whichever one you're doing, see if you can feel your muscles really working. So if you're doing the kneeling up and kneeling down, you might place your hands over your belly. Feel your muscles working. Feel the thighs drawing into each other as you come up. Feeling the belly drawing back as you come down. If you're on all fours, then you still, when you come back, you can feel your belly drawing back as you come back. When you come up, see if you can draw your thighs together as you come forward. So it doesn't matter which way you're doing this, you can still feel the same muscles working. Good, lovely. And then come all the way down onto your tummy. Elbows on the floor. You can have the hands together if you'd like to. And you can have the legs up in the air. You can't really see mine. There you go, there they are. And have a little windscreen wipe of your legs from side to side. You can vaguely see my feet right at the back. That's it. A little windscreen wipe from side to side. Good, lovely. And then let the legs come down wherever is most comfortable for you. So the wider your feet are, you really can't see my feet, but the wider your feet are, the more comfortable it'll be for your lower back. So you want it to be really comfortable for your lower back. And then you're going to hunch right up into your shoulders. So hunching right up into your shoulders. And then see how much space you can create between your shoulders and your ears. Hunching up into your shoulders. And how much space can you create? Depends how long your neck is, really, how much space you can create. Hunching up and releasing down. And then see if you can walk your shoulders. Imagine you're walking along the road with your shoulders. At the moment, there are so few cars on the road that we've been doing a bit of middle of the road walking. Not that I'm recommending it, don't get run over. That's it. So going forward with the left shoulder and the right shoulder. That's it, like you're walking along the road. Good, and then come to the middle line. And then we're going to play with looking over the shoulder and under the shoulder. So this is looking over the shoulder, this is looking below. So just play with what your neck will do. And it doesn't matter how you can let the body go all the way around so you can look back at your feet. Opening up in this way. Okay. Over a shoulder, down, round. Opening up. And then just having a little circle around with it. Where does the head want to go? Where does the neck want to go to feel good? And you can open the mouth with it too. Just using this as a nice release movement. And then come back to the middle line. If it's feeling strong and being in this position, you can have the head like this on the hands. But if you're happy here, then stay here. It's quite a good position to be in if you're happy to be there. And notice your breathing. So if you bring your attention to your belly, you'll notice it's going into the mat when you breathe in. And it's coming away from the mat as you breathe out. Going into the mat with the in-breath. And coming away from the mat with the out-breath. And now all you're going to do is exaggerate that. So as the in-breath comes, let it go. And then as the out-breath comes, see if you can bring your belly button off the floor. See if you can bring your pubic bones into the floor. And can you bring your buttocks in towards each other? So breathing in as a release. Breathing out, the belly's coming off the floor, the pubic bones going into the floor, the buttocks are drawing in towards each other. It can also help to press the backs of the feet into the floor and try and lift the thighs off the floor. They're unlikely to come off the floor, but it's that feeling of them drawing away. Breathing in, release. Breathing out, pubic bones into the floor, drawing the belly off the floor, drawing the buttocks in towards each other. Release with the in-breath. And really use it once again. These are two areas of the body, just continue. These are two areas of the body where we hold tension. So it's really nice to feel a complete letting go in the pelvic floor and the buttocks and the belly when you breathe in. And then feel a real drawing up and tightening. And what that'll do is, for me, these are areas of my body that I tighten up when I'm feeling tense. So by doing this, it allows my body to realize that it's been holding on. You go, oh, this is what it feels like to let go. I remember now, and then it might be more likely to not be knotted.
So drawing the buttocks in, pubic bones into the floor. Thighs maybe off the floor, back to the feet into the floor, and then releasing down. Good, and then let that go. Rest the forehead on the hand or the chin, and have a little rock from side to side. That's stronger than you might imagine. And then come back onto all fours. If you're feeling really wintry today, you might not want to do this, but if you're feeling okay and you want to, then we can have a little bit of dynamism in the class and come up into an inverted V, bottom right in the air. And this is a really good position to release the jaw. Don't worry what the body's doing, just stick back bottom high. Back towards the back of the room. Can you see both your arms with your head in a good position? And then if you'd like to, you can walk the heels down towards the floor. Walk the left heel down, walk the right heel down. And then if it feels good, have a wiggle from here. If you're feeling like it's too much for you, come back onto all fours and just have a wiggle there. But sometimes that feeling of power and strength can really make you feel energized. So see if you can work with that. Maybe draw the heels down towards the floor, get a really nice stretch in your back. And then walk the hands all the way towards the feet. And see if you can come into a standing forward bend and then come up to standing. See if I can see you guys standing up. That's it. Yeah, I can see a few straight legs. Okay, so if it does not feel okay for you to come into a full forward bend for your back or for any other reason, you can come into this kind of mini squat. And you can play with here and then you can come up from here. But if it does feel okay, you come all the way into a forward bend. Come into the front of the feet, almost as if you were going to fall forward. Almost as if the heels are going to come off the floor. And then see if you can put a little bit more weight in the back of the heels. It does not matter if your hands are nowhere near the floor. It can be quite nice to have a little bend in the knee, just a little bit of a bend in the knee so the legs feel easy. And then release out of the jaw and shake out of the body. And have a little release out from side to side. You can use the forward bend to release out any tension that might be going on for you. So releasing out, shaking out the arms. And if at any point being in the forward bend feels too much, you can come into this kind of mini squat that I'm doing now. I'm kind of looking forward and I'm in kind of a mini squat. But if you can be in that forward bend gently, on an out breath, you might want to start coming up a little bit now. But each time you get to a position in the forward bend, you can have a little release out and a shake. It'll be a really lovely way to release the tension in the neck. A little sway from side to side. Gently coming up a little bit more. Breathing here. Having a little release out from side to side. Releasing out the neck and the shoulders. Gently coming up a little bit more. Letting the shoulders release out. And then slowly coming all the way up to a standing position and roll the shoulders here. Maybe taking the hands up to the neck and giving yourself a really nice massage. All the way down. So that you're releasing all the way out. And massage into those ropey neck muscles. Well, mine's certainly a ropey right now. And then see if you can come into that kind of semi-squat position with your bottom sticking out. That's it. Good, lovely. You feel the power and the strength in your legs. And also in this position, can you feel that release in the pelvic floor? So this is another position. Doesn't matter how you can be up here like this if that feels better. But it can be, the more you stick your bottom out, the more you can feel a release in the pelvic floor. So feeling that release and then coming forward
And feeling a lift in the pelvic floor. You definitely wouldn't do this in the winter. And maybe you can feel your belly drawing back a little way. So calming back. Feeling that release in the pelvic floor. And a little bit of strength. If it feels okay, then come into a little bit of a squat so you can feel that working. I know, it can be strong. And then drawing forward. Feeling that belly draw back towards the spine. And sitting back down. Feeling that power of the squat. Release in the pelvic floor. Good, and then drawing forward. And then come up into a standing position. Have the hands on the hips. Little bit of a squat, and then you can start to circle the hips. So circling the hips round. And as you do so, notice how weighted you are into your feet. See if you can stay weighted into your feet. Hands on your hips, and you're drawing round. Circling the hips. As you go back, that's when the pelvic floor feels its release, the belly goes. As you come forward, that's where the drawing up happens, the drawing back of the belly. And also the in-breath happens here at the back, the out-breath happens here at the front. So circling around the hips. And then let's circle back the other way. So if you don't want to do any work, somebody said winter, I think Nikki said winter. So you could just be really enjoying that circling now without doing any work at all. Just enjoying the movement of the hips. Or, I think somebody mentioned spring, you could squat and really feel that work happening. And then let that go, have a little shake. So now, you need to make sure that whatever room you're in, you're not going to kick anything or anyone. So you're not going to kick the cat, you're not going to kick the sofa, you're not going to kick your son or whoever's around. And then you're going to allow your weight to come into the right leg, stand up nice and tall, and swing your left leg. So hopefully you're in a room where you're not going to kick anything or anyone by swinging. That's it. So swinging forward and back. And if you lose your balance a little bit and you need to bring the foot down, it's all right. You can have your arms out to the side to help you balance if you want. It'd be nice just to feel that swing and that opening up in the leg. Okay, and then come back to standing once you've had that little swing. See if you can stand up tall and lift the leg you've just been swinging up. Can you hold the shin? Can you hold the thigh? Or maybe you're not holding anything. That's it, see? But often if you hold in, you can have the leg out. But sometimes if you can hold in, that can actually help you balance. The hold itself can help you stay in your balance. Whether it's below the thigh or above. Good, lovely. Maybe don't look at me at this point and look at a squat in front of you. It helps you balance more easily. And then release the leg back down. Have another little swing. It's the same leg that you're swinging. Swinging it forward and backwards. And then come to the middle line. See if you can bend that knee so it's next to the other knee. And have the arms out to the side to help you. I don't know whether you've got a wall or furniture that's helping you. It's nice not to though. If you can balance without, it's good to try to. You might be able to reach your ankle and hold on in that way. If you can't, doesn't matter. You don't need to hold on at all. Let's see if you can hold on to the ankle. Or if you can't hold on to the ankle, can you hold on to a bit of the material of your leggings or whatever you're wearing today? And maybe you can lift the other arm up to the sky or bring it forward.
Standing up nice and tall. And then release that leg back down. Have a little march of it out. So if I stand still now, there's a real difference in the feeling in my left leg and my right. It feels a bit longer on my left side. Notice how yours feel. And then have a little swing on the other side. Swaying forward and backwards. Good stuff. And then you can bring that front leg up. That's it, bring that front leg up. Rock the shoulders down. Breathing here. Good. If you're holding underneath the thigh, that's also fine. It can give you a bit more space to hold underneath the thigh. Might lift you a bit higher. Or the shin. And then come back down. I'm going to have another little swing. Forward and back. And then see whether we can bring that knee in line with the other knee. And then can we hold on? Can we hold on to that? Lift the arm up. Can you draw the heel towards your bottom? Doesn't matter if you can't. Good, and then release out. Okay, have a little walk out. Okay, so this is a good thing to do whenever you feel like you need to release out any stuff that's going on. Some of us are in houses alone, some of us are in houses full of other people. If it feels like there's a bit too much tension, or if you're feeling like you're on your own, a little bit too much on your own, it works in both ways. You have a little shake out. Just shake out the arm, shake out the elbows. For people who are on their own, there are lots of ways of connecting to community that are being created for people on their own. If you've got teenagers killing each other in the house, then maybe go in the garden so that you can be on your own, or lock yourself in the bathroom from time to time. That's it. Wiggle your bottom, let your belly wiggle. That's it. So you might be an introvert stuck in a house full of people at the moment, or an extrovert on your own. Lots of people have been put in situations which don't feel normal for them. But that's okay, because we're all together in our discomfort. Wiggling around, wiggle your bottom, shake it all out, and then swing your arms forward and backwards. Swing them quite vigorously. That's it, forward and backwards. Good. Swing them so much that they kind of create momentum of their own. And then let that begin to slow. It's almost like a thing, you've turned them into a swing. So if you imagine a swing, when it's been pushed, it takes a little bit of time for it to stop swinging. And maybe that's something that you're feeling in your arms. So they're kind of moving of their own accord until they come to stillness. And then you might feel like a tingling in your fingers. And you might feel the heart's been beating a little bit. You feel the heart beating. And you're going to watch as the heart begins to slow. And it's a while since I've done this one. You might lose me a little bit when we do it. But it kind of feels like a good time to get a bit of Shiva and Shakti going. So, when we're in the middle, we're in a squat, and we're like this. And then we're going to go over onto one side and sit. Then we're going to come back to the middle. And we're going to go over to the other side and sit. Okay, it doesn't matter if you lose it, if you end up doing this, doesn't matter how it works. Just follow me
Do it in your own time. We're going to do 8 rounds. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, so we'll start now and hopefully I'll be able to count to 8 without forgetting. So starting in the middle. I've completely lost count. We could be doing this all day now. I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, coming out. I really did completely lose count. Sometimes that happens. Well, you might find now the heart's beating a little bit faster. So notice the breath. If you place your thumbs into your heart center, into your solar plexus, the chances are you'll be able to feel the rise and fall of the breath. You might be able to sense the beating of your heart. Being with that until it slows. And then release the hands back down. Okay. You might be in a place like me, which is really quite warm, or it might feel cold in your room. So now's a good time to put jumpers on, socks on, anything warm. The sun has been streaming in here. It really feels like a warm, warm day, like a greenhouse in here when the sun shines. So I'm not putting any extra warmth on. Have a little sip of my drink. And we're going to come into a seated position. It really doesn't matter if you decide you want to sit on a chair. You want to be as comfy as possible, and I know you don't necessarily have a meditation stool. But you want to have lots of space for your belly. Lots of space for your belly. And this week, I've been sharing the humming breath. So the humming breath is the happy breath. It's a really lovely way to kind of bring the joy back. So what I do to make sure my lips feel nice and soft is I might do this. And then I know my lips are soft. And I'm going to have a little play with a hum. So I can feel that kind of soft buzzing between my lips. It's a really soft, soft buzzing. It's almost like there's a little bit of space. So the way the bees hum, it's their wings that make the sound. So it's that kind of gentle softness that we're looking for. When we do the breathing practice, everyone's breath is different. We all breathe at different rates. So if it feels good for you, when we begin, we're going to close the eyes. If it feels okay for you to block your ears, then do that too. And we're going to do 10 breaths, because it's easy to count 10 because we've got 10 fingers and thumbs. Hopefully I won't lose my count this time. And we're going to do 10 humming breaths. So each out breath with a hum counts as 1. When we've completed 10, and we might do it all different speeds and different times, You're going to take the hands away if you've been using them by your ears, and you're going to place them in your lap. Okay? And I'll bring us all back to the room together once we've completed our 10 breaths. So beginning in your own time. So coming into a relaxation position. And this time you really might want to put on warm clothes if you haven't yet. When you lie down, the temperature can drop. And I found a really lovely poem yesterday. I might share that again. Sometimes poetry goes a little bit deeper with a second reading. And this is a poem that hasn't really felt apt before, but does feel quite apt now. So allowing yourself to get into a really comfortable position, so that you are so comfy and easy that there is absolutely no need to move at all. And you can use the breath to settle you. So with each out breath, you're settling and releasing down into the floor. Each breath out is a letting go. You're using the out breath to make you feel as comfortable as you could possibly feel. And as you lie here, you might want to have your palms facing upwards, away from your body, with your legs all the way out. Or you might have found a pillow for underneath your knees. We normally have bolsters in class. You might even have a pillow underneath your head. Being at home means that you might have ways that you can bring comfort to your body that feel really familiar and lovely. Maybe if you're in a room with carpet, it feels nice and comfortable underneath your body, a bit softer. So noticing that, noticing if you've got anything comfortable under your head, especially if you've got like a pillow or something, or a blanket or anything under the head that's soft, it can make it easier to feel released and to let go. And bringing the attention now to the heart. And with the attention sitting there, allowing the words of this poem to flow over you. For absence. May you know that absence is alive with hidden presence. That nothing is ever lost or forgotten. May the absences in your life grow full of eternal echo. May you sense around you the secret elsewhere, where the presences that have left you dwell. May you be generous in your embrace of loss. May the sore well of grief turn into a seamless flow of presence. May your compassion reach out to the ones we never hear from. May you have the courage to speak for the excluded ones. May you become the gracious and passionate subject of your own life. May you not disrespect your mystery through brittle words or false belongings. May you be embraced by God, in whom dawn and twilight are one. May your longing inhabit its dreams within the great belonging. And that word God can mean our universal collectiveness, a feeling of unitedness with others, nature. You can allow that word to mean whatever you choose it to mean. Bringing the attention back to the body now. And as each part of the body is mentioned in turn, allowing the attention to sit there. So bringing the attention now to the right hand thumb. To the right hand thumb. The right first finger, second finger, third finger and fourth finger. To the right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, armpit and shoulder, to the whole of the right arm and hand. The whole of the right arm and hand. To the right collarbone, the right breastbone, the right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, to the top of the right foot and the base of the right foot, to the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Allowing the attention now to come to the whole of the right side of the body, the whole of the right side of the body. Bringing the attention now to the left hand thumb, the left hand thumb, the left first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, to the palm of the left hand and the back of the left hand, to the left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, armpit and shoulder, to the whole of the left arm and hand, to the whole of the left arm and hand, to the left collarbone, breastbone, the left side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle. The top of the left foot and the base of the left foot to the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. To the whole of the right side of the body and the whole of the left side of the body, to the whole body. Allowing the attention now to sit at the whole body, at the pit of the throat, the root of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the top of the palate, the bottom of the palate, where the top lip touches the bottom lip, the tip of the nose, the right cheek, left cheek, space between the eyebrows, top of the head, back of the head. Allowing the attention now to come to the whole body, to the whole body. And imagining now that there is a glow that begins at the center of the heart. And that glow could be a golden glow or a silver glow or an orange glow or any color that you choose. Becoming aware of that glow, that warmth at the solar plexus, the heart center, the sun center of the body. And you watch as that glow spreads. It spreads up into the shoulders, the arms and the hands, so it feels really warm and delicious as that colour moves. It feels really lovely, that glowing, delicious feeling all the way up into the throat and the mouth and the face, all the way up to the tips of the hairs on your head. That lovely, delicious glow. And you notice as that glow comes to the stomach, goes all the way through to the intestines, to the womb if you have one, all the way down to the genitals, to the thighs, the knees, the shins, the calves, all the way down to the tips of the toes, until the whole body is glistening in that beautiful, warm, delicious glow. And you become aware now that certain parts of the body that need that little bit extra attention and love, they're glowing that little bit more. So really enjoying that resonating warmth and delicious feeling that is particularly strong in the areas of the body that most need tender love and attention. And then you become aware that this gorgeous, delicious, warm, lovely glow has the capacity to expand beyond your body. And it expands into the room, all the way into the room. And if there are any members of your household there, to the members of your household. And if you're alone in your house, then that spreads out to all the people who live in your road or your street. You can feel that delicious warm glow spreading out beyond your home, into the homes of others, out into the street that you live in, the place where you live, the place where you've got neighbours who know you and who you know. And then beyond that, into your city or town, into the country that you live, and into the global community that maybe we feel now that we really feel that we are, because we all have a collective experience. So feeling that that glow encompasses the whole of the world. And then become aware of that warm glow at your solar plexus, at your heart center. And traveling now between those two extremes, the glow that is encompassing the entire world, the kindness that is
is touching every plant and piece of ocean and person and animal. And to that glow in the center of your own heart. And those places in your body that are feeling that love and attention. From the expanse of the world to the center of your heart. And imagine those two at the same time, that glow all around the globe and in your heart at the same time. And then letting that go. And bringing your attention back to your own body. To that glow in the heart center. That glow throughout your body. And then centering the attention now back at the heart. And even letting that go now. And allowing the attention now to come back to your breathing. Becoming aware of the breath as it comes all the way in. And all the way back out. And right now that breath might sound really quiet. But as you bring the attention to your breathing, allow that quiet breath to become a little bit louder. And a little bit fuller. So you're breathing all the way in. And all the way back out. Allowing that to become a really noisy breath. And maybe even breathing out through the mouth. So, and start to wriggle your fingers. Wriggle your toes and stretch in whatever way you need to stretch. Waking up, feeling delicious and fabulous and wonderful. Maybe bringing your knees into your tummy. Having a little rock from side to side. And then very gently rolling over onto one side. And coming up to a comfortable seated position. As the Yoga Nidra is over. Lovely to see you all. I'm going to pause the recording again. So, concluding the class today by chanting our Oms 3 times together. Breathing in. Om. Bring your hands together, rub them so they're nice and warm. And gently cup your hands over your eyes. Draw your fingers down your face. Namaste.